Zach Pakoff here, and welcome back to another lesson video. Today, I will be going over the 18-3 text. So let's jump right into the video. Okay, so as I had stated before, I'm going to be going over the 18-3 text, which is the third lesson in Chapter 18. And in this lesson, we will be learning about how to journalize depreciation expense. Alright, so there is just one key term that I'd like to go over before we start the accounting part of this lesson. So a plant asset record is an accounting form on which a business records information about each plant asset. Okay, next we're going to be talking about preparing plant asset records. So when we prepare plant asset records, there are a few steps that we follow when doing this process. First, we write the information in Section 1 when the asset is purchased. Next, we do not write in Section 2 until the asset is disposed of. And finally, each year the asset is owned, we record the year's annual depreciation expense in Section 3, and then we calculate and record the accumulated depreciation and also the ending book value. Alright, next we're going to be talking about journalizing annual depreciation expense. So when we journalize annual depreciation expense, there are a few steps that we follow when doing this process. First, we debit depreciation expense. Next, we credit accumulated depreciation. And finally, we record the adjusting entry in the general journal. And one last thing to note here is that accumulated depreciation is a contra asset account that has a normal credit balance. So it increases by a credit and decreases by a debit. Okay, so the last thing that we're going to be talking about in this lesson is posting an adjusting entry for depreciation expense. So when we post an adjusting entry for depreciation expense, there are a couple of steps that we have to follow in order to complete this process. First, we record the amount as a debit to depreciation expense. And then we record the same amount again as a credit to accumulated depreciation. Alright, so that is the end of the 18-3 text. In the next video, I will be going over the 18-3 work together. Okay, thank you.